Okay. I would like to welcome everybody to the grand reopening of the Hendrick Hudson Free Library Children's Room. For those who don't know me, I'm Jill Davis and have had the honor of being the director of this beautiful library for the past 11 years. In that time, I have watched it change and grow to meet the needs of our community. Over 2 years ago, we began the process of creating a bigger and better space for our youngest patrons. Although I think you'll all agree, maybe we all want to spend some time in here. The beautiful 1,200 square foot addition you are in now was made possible because of the vision of the Library Board of Directors, the planning and design of Lothrop Associates, the architect on every inch of this building, the hard work of Gary, Steve, and all the guys from Yankee Construction, along with a great team from Sunrise Solar, who installed the 284 solar panels, a cooperative staff, especially Jenny Colasar, Eleanor Daly, Terry Jersey, and Gary Leonardo, who, without their daily support, this would not have been possible. The belief in the importance of libraries by our local, county, and state government representatives, many whom are with us today, donations from Entergy, Hope for Youth, TD Bank, Senator Murphy, Ron Chowyu, and numerous patrons who contributed to our Children's Fund. And most importantly, the budget support and patience of the public we work so very hard to serve. At this time, I'd like to introduce Agnes Lydon, who's the president of the Hendrick Hudson Free Library Board.
Thank you very much, and welcome to all of you here today. I'm thrilled to see so many people. We would like to, first of all, acknowledge the elected officials who are with us here today. We have Special Advisor to the County Executive, Rob Astorino, and Director of Economic Development, George Oros. Maybe we can hold our applause at the end. New York State Assemblywoman Sandy Galiff. I haven't seen Senator Murphy here yet, but we're expecting Senator Terrence Murphy. We have Westchester County Majority Leader Catherine Borgia and Westchester County Minority Leader John Testa. From Lothrop Associates, our architects, as Jill said, for every inch of this building, we have Jim Lothrop, Bob Gabowski, Vince Lisanti, Judy Gerard, and Andrew Acevedo. We also have retired Hendrick Hudson Library Director Connie Dykman, former Hendrick Hudson Free Library Board Trustee and President Jean Weinkoop. We have our former children's librarian Betsy Dewey. We also have our three current board members, in addition to myself: Ellen Roth, Philip Brandon, and Chuck Smith. And then we have our former board member, Michelle Keefe, who just went off the board quite recently, so a lot of Michelle's work went into this planning. We have the founder and CEO of the Green Team Spirit, Danny Glazer, who we worked with to achieve our Westchester County Green Business Certification. And we have our special guest, local author and illustrator, Jerry Pinkney. Whew, did I get through that all? We are very proud of how our library continues to grow. I remember bringing my daughter here when this building first opened 20 years ago. Since then, we have added the Constance Dykman Community Room upstairs, created a special area just for our teens, constructed study rooms and a patron lounge on the second floor, and now this expanded children's room. We have continued to grow in response to the needs of you, our community. Last year, we served 8,748 children in 372 programs. Our children's collection is nearly 50% of all of our holdings. That's the highest in Westchester County. That's over 33,000 items specifically targeted to our youngest visitors. So you see, now we have more space for materials and larger, more versatile program rooms to accommodate the growing needs of our children. We want to thank our patrons for supporting our programs, and we want to thank the community for supporting our budgets. We especially thank our patrons who have contributed to our fundraising campaign, and remind you it's not too late to do so. We especially thank Mr. Ron Chomyu, who has underwritten our rain garden as a tribute to his late wife, Deborah Abel. And that will be a formal dedication of that rain garden in November. Finally, I want to thank the amazing staff at Hendrick Hudson Free Library who contribute so much to the success of our library. And leading them all is our dedicated director, Jill Davis. Where'd Jill go? Jill spoke about the vision of the library board that made this expansion happen. I just want to say that that vision was Jill's, which we heartily endorsed. We, the board, meet once a month. Jill is here every day. We rely on her and her expertise to guide us as we govern this library. We are indeed fortunate to have her as our director. Jill and our staff recognized the need, made a plan, and oversaw this project from start to finish. It was a huge undertaking in addition to their regular duties. So right now, could we please give the members of the staff a huge round of applause. And now back to Jill. Oh, I'm sorry. And Jill, doing everything, pointed out to me that I neglected to acknowledge the two officials from the town of Cortland, Linda Bucklesi, our supervisor, and Frank, the town of Cortland board member, Frank Farrell.
That's okay. I think it's because they're very good at coming to everything we do here, so they're kind of just like part of the woodwork.
I can't read my own hand.
So we have a number of government representatives who would like to say a few words, so I'm going to turn it over to them for a little bit, and then I will get back to you for the official ribbon cutting. Who's up?
Let me put this here.
Yep.
All right.
This one you hold and that one.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How are you? How exciting and how beautiful this is, Jill. I want to congratulate all the board members, to you, to your predecessors. I saw Connie here, and all the previous board members. I mean, I've watched the evolution of this wonderful library throughout the years, and just so proud to have you here in our community. I would like to say, as a proud mother, a proud grandmother, and as a former preschool director for many years, I know how important a library is to our families and to our community, and this one is absolutely way at the top of the list. It is terrific, and I'm looking forward to going into that tree, under the tree with the kids, and that's why we're here, for all the children in our community who are the best in the nation, let me tell you. And I have a proclamation for you, if I may. Frank, you want to join me? Frank Farrell, on our town board, my deputy supervisor, longtime town board member. Hi, Frank.
Hello there, Linda.
All right. I need these. Hendrick Hudson Free Library from myself, members of the town board members, including Frank, Debbie Costello, Seth Freach, and Richard Becker, in recognition of the grand reopening of the new children's room. The community is very fortunate to have this wonderful new space to bring their friends and families and children. Bless you all. Many, many more years of success, Jill, and to everybody on the board. All right, under the tree.
I'll be very quick. This library just keeps generating new rooms for every different age, but isn't it terrific to have such a very exciting room for our children? And you know what? Libraries are all about starting children in libraries, because if they start in a library, they learn to read. They're doing their puppets. I actually love puppets because it's a wonderful way for kids to talk when they might not say anything about whatever it is. You never know what's going to come out of the lamb's mouth. But it's such a wonderful opportunity for young people to love their library and then grow into it as they age. So congratulations, job well done. I look forward to the next whatever it is. Thank you, Jill.
Good morning, everyone, or afternoon by now. I'm just here with my colleagues, Catherine Borgia and George Oros from the administration, to just congratulate everyone involved. This is a wonderful addition. This is a model library for our county. And as a former teacher, 33 years retired, it's always important to make sure there are libraries thriving and bringing children into the libraries. Yes, technology, and we see some here, is a big part of it, but books are also a big part of it, and reading is very important. And having children start young is very important. So congratulations. We're very, very happy to be a little bit a part of this, and I know my colleagues want to speak, but let me just give you this proclamation from the county congratulating the library. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So when I was a girl, one of my favorite places was to be in the children's room of my local public library, but how lucky are you kids to have this wonderful space? I wish I had this when I was growing up. Libraries have always been very special in our communities because they've always provided the new. So you'll make so many discoveries here in this library, in this children's room, as you grow up to move to the teen area and the adult area. Your library is a passport to the whole wide world. So I'm delighted to be part of this wonderful, fun party, and I'm also delighted to be a supporter of this wonderful, wonderful library. Thank you.
I'm delighted to be here on behalf of County Executive Rob Astorino. Libraries are a universal use thing. You know, so many things that government supports are only available or made use of by certain people. But libraries, you could be young, you could be old, you could have problems, you could have no problems, but the library is open to everyone and everyone comes here. I'm also proud to say that the County Local Development Corporation was very involved and instrumental in this in helping to get low-cost financing for the construction of this. So, and the county also, through the Westchester Library System, which is second to none on any, not only in the state, but the whole country, the legislature joins with the executive every year and budgets money to help support Westchester Library System, which is a tremendous system. So, good luck to you all. I want to go play with the puppets, too.
Who knows what you're going to say, George?
All right, we're just about done, but before we have the actual cutting of the ribbon, which has been provided by the Hudson Valley Gateway Chamber of Commerce, whose executive director, Deb Malone, is here with us today, Terry Jersey from our Children's Services would like to say a few words.
I'm going to try to make this quick, but it's not going to be quick. So, okay. Children are made readers on the laps of their parents. That's a quote from award-winning children's author Emily Buchwald. I want you to think about that for a minute. I'm going to get back to that. Growing up, I loved reading. When my family moved from our small apartment in New Rochelle to this town upstate, one of the first places I visited was the library. It was a much smaller library than I was used to in New Rochelle, but it still housed all of the materials that I loved. When I was 16, I applied for a job here at the Hendrick Hudson Free Library. It was within walking distance from my home and from the high school. I was hired by Mrs. Dykeman. Thank you for that, Mrs. Dykeman, because I'm still here. And back then, the library was a lot different. It was a lot of books, a lot of reference materials, the card catalog. There was great programming, but things were very limited back then. Soon after I was hired, VCR tapes became available for borrowing. Yes, I'm that old. Barcodes were being used, and computers with monochrome screens were available in the library for the reference librarian to help you find your materials. But if you couldn't find it within our four walls, you were kind of out of luck, because you would have to wait for the newest edition of an encyclopedia to come out or travel to another library to find what you needed. There was no internet, no cell phones, and very limited interlibrary loan. Fast forward to today. Our amazing library has evolved into a community hub. We do extraordinary things here. Our patrons can take advantage of incredible programs and services we offered. Our library is so much more than books, even though books are pretty awesome on their own. And I'll give you a couple examples. Say you have an interview in an hour, you go to print out your resume, you have no ink left in your computer. So you can use an app on your phone, send that document to the library, come here, print it out, you're on your way to your interview. If you want to learn English, you could take a class here. If you're a new mom or dad and want to meet other new moms and dads, you can come to story time here. You can borrow museum passes and take advantage of our local resources, our cultural resources, and you can use one of our study rooms to work from home. And you want to know what the best part is? We do that all for basically free. Today we are unveiling our new and improved children's room. Our space is absolutely breathtaking. We have an expanded program room, you'll get to see it, where we have state-of-the-art digital equipment installed. We have a puppet theater, which is amazing back here. We have a rain garden, which you get to see in action today with all the rain. We have solar panels, and of course we have more space for our materials. So I'm going to get back to that first line I said. Children are made readers on the laps of their parents. I am lucky enough to have witnessed this with so many families here at our library. Reading to our children is essential for their success. Reading with them stimulates their imagination and expands their understanding of the world. It helps them develop language and listening skills and prepares them to understand the written word. Even after children learn to read by themselves, it's important for you to read aloud together. I could go on and on about this forever. But I'll stop here and just say how happy I am that our community offers such a marvelous space to begin and continue your reading journey. Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to go over quick some of the things we have planned for today, right? So we have local award-winning author Jerry Pinkney. He'll be in the program room at 2 o'clock. You can get your child an ID from New York Life, face painting and animals, balloon animals, and make sure you get your meal tickets when you come in and enjoy some hot dogs or grilled cheese. And don't forget the library quilt raffle. All right, thank you.